jumping, it's mind bending. Open your eyes, I'm bending the rules, time ticking. The time's different on a globe where every soul trying to survive in it. That's the main concern. Whole hood celebrate when the tables turn, you see. Feels like I'm on the cusp. Great forever, forever's not long enough, it's just. Man once said the grind can't stop till letters in your name get bigger like cap locks. Still can't stall so far from your last stop. Deaf to the yes man, blind to mascots. Look past the moment and try to find your last opponent.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The Suns win the opening tip. They'll have it first as we get going in the desert. Knocked loose. Mavs have it. Barnes. To Dennis Smith Jr. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
To Mikal Bridges. Driving right to the basket. Short jumper won't go down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Suns control the possession. Booker. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Picked up by the Mavericks.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Barnes. A pass stolen by Phoenix. To Mikal Bridges. Fires the three. Not going down here. Four three. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Not that time, and not his shot.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Suns with the basketball. To Booker. Knocked loose, and that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. To Barnes. Stuffs it down with authority. This is already getting out of hand.
Coaching strategy 101. You probably want to utilize a timeout to disrupt the pace of this other team. This game is starting to get out of hand quick and early.
Defense, let's go.
And count the basket inside.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Mikal Bridges. Wide open look, won't go.
They still can't get their first bucket from the field, but still don't let that affect your defense on the other end.
That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
No, the Suns come up with the steal. To Booker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Beyond the arc for three. He engulfed him that time. To Booker. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. Has a look. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. The drive, right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
I know it can be demoralizing for a team not to see the ball go in the bucket, but now that the nightmare has stopped, it's time to pick up the energy.
Short jumper won't fall.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Count the bucket for two.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
It's Phoenix ball.
I got him. I got ball.
To Mikal Bridges.
Oh, yes, me and you. Me and you.
Oh, he got a piece of it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Smith with it up top. The advantage is 13 points. Nowitzki couldn't keep it in. Out off Dirk Nowitzki. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Crawford to Booker. Knocked loose. Mavs have it. They've got it in the open floor. Gets a look. Can't hit. Curling inside. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Not going to have it this time.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Nowitzki to Dennis Smith Jr. Going to launch beyond the arc. Shakes free and hits.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
To Booker. Block shot.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And scores.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
To Kelly Oubre. Nice pass to get things going.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Phoenix with it. Jamal Crawford. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Crawford. Picked up by the Mavericks. To Dennis Smith Jr. Matthews. goes down.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
To Kelly Oubre. Knocked loose. Mavs have it.
I'll take that.
Brunson. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
A pass stolen by Phoenix. Crawford. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
To Mikal Bridges. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. The follow won't go either. It's the Mavericks right now at the controls. From long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. Crawford. Count the basket inside.
And I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
And he misses that one free throw. Crawford.
I got him. Here we go.
To Kelly Oubre. Oh, had him going there for a second. Knocked loose. Terrific hustle. Ball stays in play. Not that time. Jay, he's the one that got away. But why is DeAndre Jordan now right for Dallas?
Because he wants to be there. If you remember Dallas courting him back in the summer of 15, he actually committed to them verbally. And in a calamitous and an emoji-filled turn of events, Jordan actually changed his mind, spurning Dallas to stay in L.A. It's good to see both sides have reconciled, and now Jordan to be the pillar in the franchise down low on the blocks for the Dallas Mavericks.
Jamal Crawford, 2-4 now.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Booker picked up by the Mavericks. To Dennis Smith Jr. Big stuff and a lot of traffic on the way to the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Knocked loose. Smith looking for his man. No, the Suns come up with the steal. Crawford to Booker. Knocked loose. Trying to cash in. Booker's shot, no good. To Matthews. For three. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Crawford, love the hustle. Sprawled down on the deck. Runner here, won't go. Sets him up. Got a piece of it. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down?
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Long key from three-quarters court. First quarter's complete. The Mavericks are in the driver's seat. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Lets it fly from long range. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
It's Suns ball. Jamal Crawford. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
A pass stolen by Phoenix. Oubre to Crawford. Oh, it's rejected by Jordan.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Brunson. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
And they called a foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Oh, he had him there for a second. Crawford. From the painted area, won't go down.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Phoenix has the ball. Knocked loose. Mavs have it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Smith with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Fires the three. Cleans it up. Can't connect from inside. To Crawford. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Mavericks with the possession. Slams it down. And boy, that was a lot to navigate. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Has a chance. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Luka Doncic. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Dallas owns the basketball. Nice finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Off the mark on the first free throw. This is the second as well. Fires the three, knocks it down, and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket. You have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
You can count that one a 4-point play. Crawford to McHale-Bridges. Booker. That's off the side of the rim, short.
I got it. Rick.
Dallas has it.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Smith, not that time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And the finish at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
And he missed the free throw. Booker to Crawford. Jamal Crawford, 4 out of 10.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Doncic. 4-3. Offensive board to Harrison Barnes. Doncic. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Suns control the possession. Crawford to McHale-Bridges. And look out. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Into the front court. It's Booker. His guys down big. Knocked loose. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw's good. It's a 3-point play. This big first half continues. Booker with it. Looking to make something happen. Mavericks with the basketball. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Fights through traffic to slam it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
And finishes strong.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2.
Stepping in for the Suns. Number 3.
Suns with the basketball. That one's going to be out of bounds. Beyond the arc for three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Nowitzki to Luka Doncic. Here's a chance from long range. Another chance. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Come on, DJ. Give the people what they want. I want that for my screensaver.
Crawford. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Jordan to Dennis Smith Jr. No good. It's Phoenix ball. And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Oubre. No good. Here comes the screen. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Going to launch beyond the arc. A scary sight. DeAndre Jordan with the putback slam.
That's the DJ we all know and love.
Crawford. Nice pass to set things up. Slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To the rim. And destroys the rim. That's what DeAndre Jordan does.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Nothing going here on that drive. Picked up by the Mavericks. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Smith to Luka Doncic. From long range. And the rebound belongs to Phoenix. To Crawford. Shot from the lane won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
No, the Suns come up with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Second one's good. Splits the pair. Smith into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Jordan. Short jumper misses. And scores. Strong take.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Yes, Wesley Matthews. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
The assist from number 15, Ryan Anderson.
For three. That's good D. Shot no good. Phoenix with it. And count the basket.
I don't know if a body on him would have prevented that bucket, but it at least would have let him know that you were there.
Jordan to Matthews. Yes, Wesley Matthews. He's 2 for 2 now.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Knock loose. They love this hustle. Mikal Bridges lets it fly from long range. Ooh, he'll take that.
Okay, I see you throwing the ball like a quarterback in the pocket for the touchdown.
Fires the three. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
In the second quarter.
And the nice finish at the rim.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Jordan, a pass stolen by Phoenix. It's Suns ball. Crawford, that is great vision to set it up. To the rim, lays it up and in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Crawford, knocked loose. Mavs have it. Has a look. Can't connect. Oh, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First one goes down.
Entering the game for the Dallas Mavericks, number 77.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair.
Self-check.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Mavericks have built a comfortable lead, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Dallas Mavericks. The Suns did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Assists.
The Phoenix Suns are struggling to move the ball and create good looks for each other. What makes it worse is their opponent isn't having nearly the same problem.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Smith now into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Cruises inside for 2.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Fires the 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
He gets it.
It's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Dallas with the possession. Trying to cash in. Just not going down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Picked up by the Mavericks.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
To Nowitzki. Barnes. The jumper's off the mark. Knocked loose. Mavs have it.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks. So the Suns keep the possession. Devin Booker. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there. Utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Smith. To Barnes. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Phoenix has the ball. Booker. Terrific vision and finishes strong. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Missed the foul shot. Great looking vision. Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
And a putback slam.
He usually pays his bills doing things around the perimeter. Nice work right there around the rim.
Suns control the possession. Throws it up. Oh, blocked away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Smith. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter.
Let's go. Let's play deep, play deep, play deep.
To Mikal Bridges. Nice pass to set things up.
That's what you like. That rip through right into the shot. That's smooth.
Have to respect all elements of his game. 4-3. Smothering deep.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Suns with the basketball. Runner here won't go.
Show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. The follow won't go either. Doncic to Nowitzki. Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Smith to Harrison Barnes. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Add one more to his total. Now whistle and a timeout for Phoenix as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Oh, a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Oubre. Mavs have it. To Luka Doncic. Here's a chance from long range. Textbook defense. Nice pass to set things up. And he finishes at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It's the Mavericks right now at the controls. Deep 2 there, won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Going to launch beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense. Great feed. Sets it up. Rocking the rim.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Smith. Down low for Barnes. Working it outside to Dennis Smith Jr. Oubre to Booker from long range. Not getting the bounce. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Rebound to Oubre. Passed it off. DeAndre Ayton in close, converts.
This is basketball one-on-one. Play inside out. Give the big man the ball, and the rest of the court will open up. That was an easy leg.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. For three, tough shot. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Has a chance. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
It's Phoenix ball.
Here we go. Here we go.
Booker slams it down.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Into the front court comes Smith. His guys hold a commanding lead. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Doncic. Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended. Into the front court. It's Booker. Down a bundle. Slam dunk. DeAndre Ayton.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream. Do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Count the basket at the rim.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Add 2 points to the board. Has a look. Off the mark. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, some players just have that innate ability to let the game reveal itself. And that's the patience that Doncic has. He also has the height at 6'8". He can see over smaller defenders to make that easy pass.
Can't connect. It's no good. To Luka Doncic. Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Phoenix with it. To Mikal Bridges. Stuffs it down with authority.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
Short jumper won't fall.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game. No! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Phoenix.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Hey, look, pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Can't miss those. To Dennis Smith Jr. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
Dennis Smith Jr. has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 69% at the line. Can't connect on the first free throw. Missed the second. 0 for 2. To Crawford. And counted at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Smith. Almost. Unlucky bounce. To Crawford. Shot from the lane won't go. Jordan.
Hey, lock up.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Smith with it up top. He'll run the offense. Matthews. He was all over him. It's Suns ball. Crawford. They'll get it down to Booker. Gets to the basket and scores.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
I got this foul. Let's go.
Crawford to Booker.
Shut up.
Can't connect from in close. Short jumper stays out.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
And he throws it down. Power play by DeAndre Jordan.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Knock loose. Booker. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Fires the 3. Doncic showing why the Mavs traded up to get him.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Luka Doncic marked man. Shot altered and no good. 3 quarters down, it was a strong one for the Mavericks. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Fires the 3. Brunson forced that one. Well defended. Oubre. Great pass to set it up. He throws it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Wesley Matthews. Oubre. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. To Brunson. The shot almost.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Nowitzki, deep left corner. Trying to cash in. Gets a shot up off the mark. Oubre to Crawford. The pass set it all up.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Deep right corner. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To Crawford. Count it.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
It's good. And one.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Booker with it. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Booker. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. To Mikal Bridges. Beyond the arc for three. That won't go. To Nowitzki.
Lock-up time.
Here's a chance from long range. Dirk delivers. They've been trying to figure this guy out for 20 years, and it's still not working.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Turns and slams it down.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Jordan. Layup goes down. Well done.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Cash is in for two.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Barnes. Harrison Barnes. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
To Jordan. Easy path to the rim.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Into the front court, it's Booker. His guys down big. Goes reverse to lay it in.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Nowitzki. And the 2. counted at the rim for DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan's game, we know, is better suited for being closer to the rim. But I got to give him a lot of credit. He's developed into a guy who can step out and occasionally knock down a jumper if you give him some space.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Mikal Bridges. To Booker. Pass stolen by the Mavericks.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Phoenix has the ball. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Devin Booker at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Doesn't get the bounce. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Booker. It's a big finish.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Off the assist.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Has a chance? Oh, why not? It only has a chance if it goes up.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Going to launch beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Booker. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
DeAndre Ayton trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Missed it at the line. To Brunson. It's blocked by Warren.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Suns control the possession. Great dish to set it up. And throws it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
From long range, it's Ayton with the rebound. To Mikal Bridges for three. Misfires. It's no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Lets it fly from long range. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
DeAndre Ayton trying to convert the extra try, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Now, opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Booker. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
To Booker. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Brunson. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
He's got it. 3-point play on that trip. Knocked loose. Mavs have it. Brunson to Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Brunson to Nowitzki. Fires the 3. Missed it. Mikal Bridges stuffs it down with authority. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Tough make through traffic.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Knocked loose. Mavs have it. Brunson to Jordan. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Substitution being made in this one. Nowitzki, a pass stolen by Phoenix. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. The follow won't go either. Turned away by Barnes.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Doncic to Harrison Barnes. Trying to cash in. Harrison Barnes looking good. 4 for 5.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Suns with the basketball to Crawford. Knocked loose. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Has a chance. The shot missed there by Crawford. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Second effort. Lays it up and in.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Got it at the line. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Booker to Crawford. shot won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are touching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Brunson lobs it up. No, the Suns come up with the steal. From the outside, no good. The follow won't go either. Nowitzki with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, that's a scary thing to watch.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Crawford. And the rebound comes down to Dallas. Doncic to Barnes. Fires the three. Not enough touch. Harrison Barnes misses.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And destroys the rim. That's what DeAndre Jordan does.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
That's no good.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed the shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's the player he thinks he is and we all know he is.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Mavericks won this matchup with a significant margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the Dallas Mavericks. The Suns really lost big in this matchup, and you can tell it was tough on them.
And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united.
What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Phoenix Suns.
Game stats. Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
these are the upcoming matchups for the Phoenix Suns. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the smack. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, and the power and the come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a